CGC family, what's going on with you? This channel's small. I know that. It's probably like three of y'all. Y'all might retweet this. It's up to you. I don't really care. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get smoked for it regardless. But I got to say something, man. I was just talking to one of my buddies here, and I noticed something. And I was on Twitter for months mentioning this. I kept saying, yo, this kind of seems like y'all getting pimped. This kind of seems like y'all being forced into mentioning this product. Even though you're giving it what you think is negative press, it kind of seems like y'all giving it free publicity, free advertisement by just mentioning it. We live in the age, you got to remember, of social media. So a mention that trends on Twitter or Facebook or whatever blows up. It doesn't matter if it's negative or positive. If you haven't guessed by now, I'm talking about a little game known as Halo Infinite. More specifically, the Halo Infinite multiplayer. Now, we just got some Halo Infinite campaign news this week. And I have a theory as to why that dropped. But what's astonishing to me is how entitlement has really seemed to dim the lights on the average consumer. Now, make no mistake, this is not an excuse for Microsoft. This is not an excuse for 343. This is not an attack on Sony. This is none of those things, even though some of it may sound like that. And hey, regardless of what I say, you're going to take it and run with it. Somebody is. So that's fine. Whatever. I don't care. I don't make money here. I'm just going to say this, guys. A lot of the talking heads who spend a good majority of their time complaining about Halo Infinite doesn't have this. How did it launch unfinished? How come it doesn't have this? How come it doesn't have that? Same with the guys who talk about what's a game that's really toxic right now? Diablo 3. Not Diablo 3, excuse me. Diablo Immortal on cell phones. A lot of the same guys who got several videos talking about how the game sucks because your character can't really do anything unless you spend like, 10 grand, $100,000, something like that. A lot of those guys are the ones spending money on the damn game. I want you guys to understand something. A lot of the guys that spend their time making videos talking shit about Halo Infinite are spending their money on the game. Now, you got guys who generally don't spend money on the game. They just complain about it. But what they don't even understand is that just simply complaining about it all the time keeps it relevant. They're not getting that. I tweeted this probably several times. I'm like, you guys are getting pimped. If you want this game to actually get something in a timely fashion, just stop talking about it. It's like Microsoft, for all their forwardness when it comes to, look guys, it's not going to be done this year. Look guys, we ain't going to be able to do this. They, like, and I'm not trying to pick on this guy, right? That's why I'm not going to mention his name, but if you watch this video, you know who this dude is. I believe he's the same gentleman who, when they dropped the beta for Halo Infinite's multiplayer, he complained because they dropped it a week earlier, and he had taken the week that he thought it was going to come out off, and now he was complaining that he had to work the week of the actual beta, and he caught a lot of stuff for that. I understand why he was upset, but he really shouldn't have. I'm not going to tell him he shouldn't have made that video, but it was a bad look. And he's done it again recently, saying that, well, I paid $1 and I played through the campaign, and now I got to spend $10 to play through the entire campaign in co-op. It's like, why? If they told you that the Co-op's not in there day one. And they were very upfront with that. That Forge is not in there day one. That there's several maps going to be missing day one. They wish they didn't really say, but you needed to merely play the game and you saw that. Several maps and modes are not in the game. If all you had to do was listen and you would have known that, why'd you spend your dollar in? You should have saved that dollar and waited until the game was done. Like, I played Halo Infinite when it first came out, right? But I stopped because I was like, I looked at the maps, I looked at the modes. I said, yeah, this shit is not going to, this ain't going to be in my rotation too long. I'm going to wait for them to add stuff to it because as fun as this is, it's going to wear on me really quick. And here's the thing, guys. Based on the games I've played, I knew this was going to be a thing the moment they said it was going to be free to play. Now, I'm not one of these pundits that are going to tell you, well, it's free to play, so what are you complaining about? But what I am going to say is that because it was free to play, you should have knew this was going to be a thing. You can complain about it. People complain about free to play games all the time. But you should have known this was going to be a thing. I'm going to lay down a couple examples. I'm not just going to sit here and say, oh, you're stupid, you're stupid. No, that ain't it. That's not what we're about. We try to be positive here, but I gotta say it. Guys, go back and look at Apex Year 1. 6 characters, 1 map. 1 mode. Apex Legends had 6 legends, 1 map, maybe 12, 13 guns, no extra modes, no extra nothing. Dry as a damn desert. Let's not even get started on the big one, right? Fortnite? Fortnite was a goddamn tower defense game, guys. Fortnite wasn't even a battle royale. I know people, wink wink myself, who spent money trying to get access to what they thought was going to be this big tower defense co-op game that Epic was going to work on for years. And a year or so in, they turned the thing into a goddamn battle royale. And after the building meta took over, it was like, oh, I'm fucking done. I can't play this crap. And that was it for me. Guys, when they say free to play, you might want to steer clear. At least for the first year or so. I'm being serious. Whenever they say that, be wary. That's why people are upset about the skate thing now. But guess what? The same people who bitched and whined about skate being free to play, they're going to fucking play it. They're going to spend money on it. You know how Halo Infinite has probably thrived all these months? Whales buying drip. I mean, skins for guns, skins for Jeeps, skins for fucking grenades. I don't know. Maybe you can make the grenades look like pixies. I don't know. Skins for all kinds of stuff. Trails for when you slide on the ground. Animations for when a guy blows up from you shooting him or something. Like, that's what's making that game thrive. And here's the thing. The people whining about this game not having content clearly didn't listen to 343 saying that this game has a 10-year plan. Now, folks, I ain't the smartest man in the world. And I'll do a little pause here so whoever want to take this video and shit on me can go ahead and do their thing, because that's what you're going to do. You're predictable. I'll say this, man. When they told you that Halo Infinite had a 10-year plan, and a lot of people like to act like they don't remember them saying that. What the hell can you really do for Halo for 10 years? What Halo game has any of us played that outside of playing multiplayer lasts 10 years? What's going on in Halo that's 10 years? I'm going to tell you what's probably going on. It's probably going to have campaign co-op stories added to it, which is why the map is open world, because you can just drop shit in it. Battle Royale, I got a bet with a buddy. I think by the end of this year, you at the very least will either know the name of the Battle Royale officially, or you may even see a trailer for it. All of this is planned out, guys. And the sad part is, this stuff pops up the weekend that the weekend of the week, that it was trending that Battlefield 2042 was overtaking it in concurrent players, which is all it took. If you wanted them guys to release the content faster, stop playing the goddamn game. Stop talking about it. The worst thing you can do to a game or any product that relies on social interactions or so, what's the I'm missing the term here. Social relevance. Let's just use that one. The worst thing you can do to is ignore it, because then the company's got to look at it and say, "Oh shit, well we got to say something." And I guarantee you, a lot of the stuff y'all asking for is, if it's not already done, it's damn near done. Meaning that it's launchable, and at worst would have to be fixed with some small or maybe even some medium-sized updates. It's done. They want to see, more than likely, how much they can get away with without actually giving you shit. And guess what? The whales are proving them right, because the whales they've probably made a shitload of money selling people's skins and shit. This is how free-to-play games work. It's some pimp shit. Which is why the name of this video is Iceberg Slim. Or I don't know. It's either going to be Iceberg Slim or some pimp shit. But that's why it's called that. Right? You go on the internet and, fucking Influencer B says, "Oh yeah, man, fucking Halo is dog shit. It doesn't work well on PC. It doesn't do this. It doesn't do that. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, fuck Halo." And then half of you fucking guys still go play it and buy skins for it. It played. They had your asses when it was like, "Oh man," all these motherfuckers were like, "Oh man, it plays so good. It plays so solid." You didn't listen to guys like Alex. It was like Alex. Oh no, it's Alex, who was like, "Yo man, this shit doesn't work well on PC. It's not optimized well." You didn't listen to them guys. You just, "Oh, it plays so well, blah blah blah." It's corporate. It just reeks of corporate fuckery, right? It reeks of, starve them as long as you can, and just when it looks like, oh shit, they might leave, start feeding them shit, and they'll never leave you again. It's some pimp shit. I'm pretty sure it's in that damn Iceberg Slim book, a version of that. As a matter of fact, it sounds similar to there's a quote in there about, and this is messed up, but again, I'm not monetizing this video, so I don't give a fuck. The guy, Iceberg Slim, was talking about how he would beat the shit out of one of his workers or something, right? And then he would bathe her or some shit like that after he beat her, and she would stay faithful to him forever. That's kind of what happened to these motherfuckers. They went and they, "Oh, this game fucking sucks. There's no content, blah, blah, blah," but you're spending that money on it. And just when it looked like, "Oh man, well, it looks like Halo's done," here come a whole co-op video with all of this sweet shit in it, and it's planned that way, guys. We gotta stop being suckers for this shit, man. And I'm guilty of it. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm clean, man. Like I do it with Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? Game Pass is why they're getting away with not really having nothing big this year, at least nothing announced yet. You know what I'm saying? Still, ponies are falling for it with the fucking $70 games, even though they don't want to fucking admit it. Those games shouldn't be $70. The Nintendo kids are fucking falling for it with the games being re-released at ridiculous prices, or the fact that Nintendo hasn't bothered to try to do any backwards compatibility, I don't think, outside of their handhelds. But they'll resell you that game again. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of like I said, it reeks of corporate fuckery. And all of them do it. None of them are innocent of it. Microsoft's definitely doing with this Halo Infinite shit. I guarantee you, the day they drop a battle royale of some kind in this game, that following month the numbers are going to be astronomical. They're going to be stupid, because they've starved them enough, and now it's time to feed them, and it'll be hard for them to let go after that. It's pimp shit, guys. It really is. Read that book if you get a chance. Believe it or not, a lot of these motherfuckers running these companies have read that book, and they live by the I guess you could say, not the ethics, because the idea of pimping being ethical is That's an argument in of itself. But a lot of the business strategies that these cats use, straight out of their book. This book was written in the 60s or the 50s, I think. A lot of their business strategies come right out of their book. No bullshit, guys. This is what happened. And just, like I said, stay vigilant. As a consumer, stay vigilant because they're always going to do this to you. They're always going to do this to you. A lot of shit's going to go free to play, and that's what they're going to try. EA's biggest mistake was not making their crappy Battlefield Battle Royales free to play games. They didn't try to do that, but they were already, and the crazy thing is they were already running that play with Apex. Right? Like, how many people who play Apex and found out, oh, it's a Titanfall game. Really? How many of them want Titanfall? You will never get Titanfall. The best you're going to get, more than likely, is a character in that game that can run on walls just like the characters in Titanfall. That's as close. You already gotten like a pilot's daughter in the Valkyrie, right? But like that's as close as you're going to get. They're not going to make Titanfall again because they have a game where, if you've noticed, slowly over time, start off as a battle royale. Oh, now we got a control mode in it. Now we got team deathmatch in it. When they add vehicles you can assault in it, it's basically Titanfall. And it's free to play. And they're making more money than they would selling you a game at one price because you're buying skins for this shit. It's not evil. Well, yeah, it's kind of scudded. It's kind of scummy, right? But I'm just telling you guys, that's how this shit works. Halo Infinite will be a completely different game a year from now, and that's because it was planned that way. All these people talking about 343 doesn't know what they're doing and blah, blah, blah. They got you talking about they fucking game that ain't done, don't they? The fact that you're talking about, it's plenty of people that then came out with games that fucking sucked, that were missing stuff, that didn't fulfill promises, and people stopped talking about it. And don't say, oh, it's Halo, so, you know what I'm saying, people going to talk about it anyway. You will be partially right in that. But what happened with Anthem? That was an EA game from BioWare. It sucked, and people stopped talking about it, and it died because they had no real plan for it. They got a plan for this game. If you think they don't have a plan for the biggest franchise they own, well, until Activision is secured, you think they don't have a plan for that game? You're crazy. Of course they got a plan for it. This is manipulation. I could be wrong, but I'm not. At least I don't think I am. Like I said, it reeks of corporate fuckery. It reeks of this was all planned. Sweat them out. Make them wait. You know what I'm saying? The whales are going to buy the skins because we're going to put cool looking skins on Spartan. They been wanting that anyway. They tested that shit out on y'all in the Master Chief collection. And when y'all was buying it in that, they knew then. They knew then. This is the same model as Fortnite. Fortnite, the first year it was out, was nothing like it is now. Nothing. Free-to-play games are not going to come out with all of their features intact. And I was like, okay, well, the campaign isn't free-to-play. Fucking it is if you got Game Pass. Now, mind you, I'm not stupid, right? You obviously have to pay to access the game. That's what the guy was complaining about, his $10. But, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, basically the same thing. Basically. Like, don't get it twisted. You have to pay for Game Pass, but how many people are paying for Game Pass just to get Halo outside of that guy? You know what I'm saying? If you really want the game, you're just going to fucking buy it, right? You're not going to... Like, there's games that came out of Game Pass that I bought because I want them. New Ninja Turtles game came out. I wanted this shit. I bought that shit. I don't want to just rent that because if Game Pass goes down or, you know, if, you know, someday Microsoft decides to get rid of it, I'll still own that game. I won't have to worry about, well, I got to buy it now. And it's one of those licensed games, so... In all honesty, it could disappear off the marketplace at any moment. Nickelodeon gets pissed off at .emu and it's gone. So I bought it. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing should apply with Halo. It's like, you know, Microsoft might get rid of it someday. It may not be on there someday. If you really want to own it, say you own it, you have to buy it. And you'll never own the multiplayer. Why is that, I wonder? You'll never own the multiplayer. When they cut the service off of that multiplayer, that's it. It's going to be around for 10 years, guys, at least. That's a generation and some change, council-wise. I'm putting this out here because you guys, you just got to watch this shit. By the end of the year, and it's not because I'm hyped for it, even though I do enjoy the multiplayer in Halo Infinite, by the end of the year, that game's going to have shit ton of modes. It's going to be in beta for Forge. I'm willing to bet it's going to be in beta for Forge. And I'm also willing to bet that the co-op will be fully instated. And by December, by the year anniversary of this game, you're either going to see a trailer or at the very least know the name for the Battle Royale and the story DLC that's coming out. Because it's a 10-year fucking game. They're monetizing what they figure, and really truthfully, and again, till the Activision deal goes down, they're monetizing their strongest IP. And they're about the grandfather of Master Chief anyway. He's not going to be their main mascot anymore after a while. After a while, he's going to be like Mickey Mouse. When you see his silhouette, okay, it's an Xbox thing. But he's not going to be the Xbox mascot. Not if they fucking own Crash and Spyro and Call of Duty. Are you serious? The Green Space Marine's done. They have to depend on that guy anymore. That's why he's getting a 10-year game. That's why they don't have to make anything new for him for a decade. You guys got to start reading the room, man. You're getting upset about nothing. Don't play the game until they put stuff in it. If you don't play the game, they'll probably put stuff in faster. But make it fail. Because so long as they're getting a modicum of success, they're not going to give a fuck. And they haven't. That's how it works. Anyway, I'm off my soapbox. Hopefully you guys actually heard me instead of just judging. Again, I don't make any excuses for any of these companies. I judge them when they need to be judged. I praise them when they need to be praised, which is often rare, admittedly. But, yeah, man. Stay vigilant. Keep your eyes open. These dudes just complaining about this shit, they're getting played. And Diablo Immortal is the same way. They're going to make money off that scummy shit they're doing in that game for as long as the whales are willing to give them money. And a lot of the whales are the dudes bitching about it, openly bitching about it. And when that doesn't work anymore, then they'll stop. And then it'll be a game worth playing. But right now, it's going to be hell because stupid motherfuckers keep giving them money. It is what it is, man. But we'll all learn. Eventually. Hopefully. Anyway, guys. That's it for my time. Like, comment, subscribe, share. You know what I'm saying? And I will holler at you dudes in the next video. Take care. Stay safe. Love you.